Today we're going to do the assembling of the tower garden. Now that is a lot easier than you might imagine. You get a big box that's full of parts, but I didn't want it to overwhelm you, so I'm going to show you that I can do it. If I can do it, I know you can do it. Okay, so first let's take a look at the parts. Okay, so here we have a little runner thing that it sits on. It's optional for you to buy that to set the reservoir on. You can buy this color coordinated. You see the reservoir is over here. The big basin that holds the 20 gallons of water is right here. You can buy this through the company, or you can just go to Home Depot or something and get this runner that I have right here. And this is just about $20, which is about the third of the price of it, and set it on this. Or you can have it not sitting on anything. The good thing about this is if you have it, then it has wheels on the bottom of it, so that you can move it around and turn it around really easily. But if you don't plan on moving it and turning it to the sun or whatever, and need it to be able to rotate and want it stationary, then just don't get either one. That's fine. Okay, so then we have, like I say, we have the reservoir, the basin where the water goes in. It has a hole right here where the cord for the pump is going to go through. So you don't want to fill the water above the hole because it's going to come out, correct? Okay, and then you have the reservoir lid that goes on there, and it has a little cord, a hose attached to it where the motor's going to go. So of course you have the motor with the cord. You have, this is the lid that goes on the reservoir. You'll see there's a hole right here. So this is going to go on top of that. And this is called the shower cap. When you finish stacking all the different sections, this goes on the very top, and you can see the center of it that's where the water comes up and then drizzles down on the little holes that you see. This is the lid to the shower cap. You have the rod. It comes with the rods. It comes with this kit as well that has your black pots in there. It has your rock wool. It has your vermiculite, and it has a package of seeds. Everything you need to get started and get your tower garden going without having to go and get not one more thing. It also has the plant food. I didn't put that on here, but it has a plant food that comes with it. These are the little sectionals that we're going to be stacking that make it a tower garden. I'm going to show you how to do that. A lot easier than it may look. And if you're going to have it inside with lights, this is the light fixture. It looks like it looks like an alien spider or something. It comes just about complete. Just doesn't have the rod on it, but the rods just slip in. Just slip in right here to this little section. You slip the rod in there very easily. All right, so those are the parts that we're going to be working with, and we're going to get started. Okay, so I have the pump here at the bottom of the reservoir basin, and I have the cord. Remember we had stuck it through the hole, and so it's sitting there. It's connected to the hose. So now the only thing I need to do is fill it with water. So there's several choices we have for filling with water, and I'm just going to be real and tell you how I do mine. I take my outdoor hose and I bring it in my house and I fill it with water this way. I just put it on and start filling it with water and fill it all up with water until it gets to about 3 inches from the top of the hole, okay? My husband likes to use a bucket, one of these big buckets he got from Home Depot or wherever, and he fills it up with water, and then he just pours the water in, and he just does it several times. Therefore, he doesn't have to bring the hose in. He's much stronger than I, so that's not the way I usually like to do it. The other way, of course, you can do it outside and then wheel it in here, but then when it gets with 20 gallons of water, it's going to be a little heavy. But if you have it on the wheels, you can wheel it in. At the schools, when I go to the schools, I have the kids go to the sink that's in their classroom, and they have this line of kids, and they each take turns filling the bucket halfway and pouring it with water. They love it. It takes a little while, but they love doing that to fill it up. So there's several ways that you can fill it up with water. The point is you get it filled up with your 20 gallons of water, which will be about 3 inches from the hole, so you don't want it coming out the hole, and that's how it gets filled up. Then you're going to take the top and you're going to place the reservoir lid on top of the reservoir. So there you have it like that. Okay, so we'll get to the next step in just a sec. Okay, now either before or after you actually put the water in and put the reservoir lid on top, you're going to have to get the rods that are needed to back up the sections. You're going to have to get them into the reservoir lid. See these holes that are running around the reservoir lid? If you look closely, there's two that are close together, and two that are separated. Let me show you a sectional so you can see better. And if you look, you'll see that there's two, see if I can show you, that are kind of together, and then two that are separated. They're called A and B. The close together ones are A's, I believe, and the separated ones are the B's. And so you're going to put one of the rods in those ones that are close together, the A, the one here, and then right across, directly across from it, you're going to put the other rod in the other A hole that's closest to your cylinder here. So I've already started one here. I found the A. Now the end of it is going to have your nut and bolt on the end of it, so that when you put it in, it's going to stay there. Okay, so I have it stuck in here. I stuck it in the A part. I'm going to put I don't know what's called the nut and what's called the bolt, but whatever, this thing and this other thing. And so you're going to screw it in. So I stuck it in one of the A holes, which is one of the ones that's close together. Screw that on there. Then I'm going to turn around on the opposite side, which would be right across over here. I'm going to put the other one on, and inside here, let me see if I can find it. Yep, sticking here. I'm going to put the nut, or I don't know if it's called the bolt. You guys know better than me. That's what I say. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so whichever one it is. So then I'm going to screw this on here. And when the reservoir is filled with water, I simply lift this up, place it on there, and we have our two rods that the sectionals are going to be stacked on. Okay, so that was easy enough there. Rex, make sure it's tight in here. So that's good. So now we're ready to put sectionals on. The sectionals are pretty easy peasy. You just alternate. Since we put it in the A hole, now we're going to look over here. Let me see if I can get it close enough for you guys to see it. Okay, we're going to look for, we put the rod in the A, so we're going to put this sectional rod through the B hole, okay? So the one that's close to it. So let me stand up for that. Okay, so I'm standing up. I'm going to put the rod through here, and since the rod started with the A, the ones that are close together, I'm going to put this sectional through the rods in the B, and I'm doing it the holes that are closest to this cylinder here. So if I can go here, this can go here, it simply slides down. It's going to slide down. Will just snap into place. Okay, so now I'm ready for the next one. So since I did A, B, I'm back to A. A's are the ones that are closest together. So if you look here, you'll see the holes. Can you see it? The two holes that are close together, that's the A's. So I'm going to put rod through the A section here. It's closest to the cylinder. And then across from it, the other A. Slide down. And it's going to snap in place. See, we're building the tower garden. So now I'm going to do it again. I went A, B, A, so now you got it. We're going to do the B one, which is the one with the holes that are farthest. Here, farthest apart. I'm going to put in the one here closest to the middle part. Getting a little tall for me, so I'm on my tippy toes, but I got it. There we go. And it's going to snap into place. So you see that we're getting that tower garden taller and taller and taller and taller. Where's my other one? Behind me. Okay, so how do we go? We went A, B, A, B. So this goes into the A, which is the holes, any of the holes that are close together. Okay. So we're going to put that in here on this side and on the other side. Snap in place. There we have it. So now we have the tower garden. You guys see how beautiful it is stacked up. Let me move back so you can see kind of nicely, huh? It is a tower garden that is stackable. Okay, so we've done that. So now the only thing we have to do is get the shower cap on and cut it on, really. Cut it on, really. But before we do that, we do have screws that we need to put in here when we put the shower cap on. So the shower cap, of course, is going to go on. And you see there's big holes here. You can see, actually, the biggest holes where it would go. If I can show it to you like this. Okay, so it would be this hole that's big and the one across from that. So we're going to get that in there. And on the other side, it's going to snap in. There you have it. That's the shower cap. And you see there's a little space left with the rod sticking out. There it is with the rod sticking out there. So we're going to have to get a nut and bolt here to screw that in to secure that. And once we do that, we can put the lid on it and then it will be completely assembled. Okay, I screwed in the top part of the little rod at the very top so that would be secure, and I cut on the motor. I just plugged it in, and now you can see it percolating. The water that we have in there is being pumped out and it's drizzling down through. You can see, if you see it sprinkling down through all the way to the bottom. So that's how it works, guys. It's pretty cool. I want to show you the timer. It's on a timer. Looks like this, and this just plugs in. I have the pump plugged into the timer, and will cut itself on and off, 45 minutes off and 15 minutes running on. And there you have it. Isn't it pretty cool? The only things that we have left to do now is to put the pots in here. You don't have to put them in there yet, actually, because plants aren't ready to go in here, but you can take the little pots and put them in there if you want. They look like this. So the way you do that is you just take the pot. The pot is flexible. At this part, I call this a smiley face on it. When I talk to the kids, I tell them to match the smiley face here on the black pot with the smiley face that is here on Tower Garden. You just push it in, the flexible part, then tilt it, slant it in, get it in the hole, move your little finger, and usually you will have something pop like that. Let me do it again for you so you can see it better. Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to find a hole, we're going to match up the smiley face to the pot with the smiley face to the Tower Garden, put it down in there, squeeze it, pinch it a little bit just to get it in. Let your finger go and it snaps in. So you just you put all the pots in like that. Okay, once again, you're going to squeeze it here at the back, match up the smiley faces, stick it in, and there you go. And so that's what you do with the Tower Garden, guys, and that's it if you do not want a lighting system on it. Let me go ahead. What did I do with the shower cap lid? The shower cap lid just goes on. You see how it cut itself off? Because it's only on for a while and then it cuts itself off. The lid goes at the top. Lid to fill the water. When you need to fill water, put more water in, you have this spot right here. There's the lid that goes on the top there. This is where your water gets refilled and also your liquid plant food gets poured into that. Okay, so there's the top for that. And you're through with that. Now, if you want lights on it, the lights will go in addition to this. And so I'll show you how to do the lights. That's coming up next. Okay, so for those of you that want to add the light on it to have the indoor Tower Garden, it's pretty easy to do. After you have it all assembled, you really aren't going to need the lid for the shower cap. So we're going to take that off. And like I said, the lighting system comes just about assembled. You just have to stick in the rods there, which is, they just clip in. You're going to take the Tower Garden lights and just set it in here. It's going to sit inside this system like this. There you go. So that's in there, and that's just about all there is to it. So then you have to just adjust these rods so they're like spaced apart. We have 4 of them. It's a good idea to have there's a cord here that has a little casing around it and some Velcro comes with it. Stick that, just when you put the lighting on, have that near the back so that it's not visible and doesn't get in the way of your opening when you're going to put the water in there. You don't want the cord around there. So that's about it. And then you just plug it in and it's ready to go. It's also on the timer, has a timer for it. The timer is here at the top, and you can turn that so that it comes on and cuts off whenever you want, and that's it. That's the Tower Garden, guys. Not too difficult, is it? Like I said, if I can do it, anybody can do it.